Hi, Kirk here from LearningGolf.tv. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the easiest golf swing that you could ever learn. I'm going to show you why it's easier, and there should be no doubt or no question as to what I'm saying if you just try it for yourself. The basic idea is very simple to understand, and it has to do with the setup position that's been taught for over 100 years. And basically everybody learning the game has been taught to do it like the pros did it 100 years ago, and that's to set up with the arms hanging from the shoulders and the club out at an angle. You can see if I take away my forward bend and raise the club up, that the right arm is at this angle and the club's at another. The main problem there is at impact in any golf swing, be it amateur or professional, this will become in alignment at impact. So because of the force of the swing, and you can try this out on your own, because of the force of the swing, what happens is it pulls the arm straight, at least to the elbow. So it doesn't have to be straight to the shoulder, but it will be straight at the elbow. I'm going to show you a couple videos of the best players in the world, and you'll see their setup position. I have the club marked and their arm position at setup, and then you'll see at impact how it totally changes. And the problem with that is twofold. First off, the distance from the elbow at least to the club head changes, because when an angle becomes straight, the distance becomes longer, so you're forced to compensate by somehow making room for that to happen. And there's various ways that golfers do that. So the good players make room by adding a lot of tilt here with the shoulders, so the left shoulder's pulled way up coming into impact. At the same time, because of the right hand's position on the golf club at setup on top of the grip, and it comes in like this, they're also forced to have to square the golf club while they're making room. And this is why 99% of the people that I've seen trying to learn the game never become really consistent at it. Some become pretty good, hit a lot of good shots, but because of the compensations necessary, because of the setup, they just never become really good at it.
So taking a look at Justin Thomas here, one of the hottest players on the PGA Tour right now, and obviously a great ball striker. You can see we'll draw a red line on the shaft of the club at setup, and this is what I've been showing you. The hands are hanging right below the shoulders, and you can see the angle of the right arm to the red line to the club shaft. It's obviously at an angle. The problem with this is simply at impact, the club is going to be in alignment right about here, so I can draw a line through the club head to the elbow. And with most players, what will happen, that's going to be the impact plane. The problem is, you can see if we straighten it out from the elbow to the club head in a straight line, there's not enough room to make impact. Justin learned to do this as a junior and became great at it, obviously. So he developed the timing through hitting millions of balls, thousands of golf lessons, and in my opinion, it's just not possible for an adult to ever learn this, even if they take 1,000 lessons. It just doesn't happen. They don't have the flexibility or athleticism to learn how to do that. There's just too much going on. So basically, if we put this in motion, I'll just take you to impact, and you can see there he is at impact. The club is in alignment with his trailing arm to the elbow, and you can see he's actually pulled also away a little bit to make room for this to happen. You can see the body, he's making great use of his body, which you can also do in the setup for impact swing. In the single plane swings, this works great for developing club head speed to give you maximum distance and accuracy. It helps with both. It would definitely make it a lot easier for golfers to simply set up on the yellow line. That way at impact you don't have to pull away or compensate for the setup position. Again, setup was down here and impact is there. So here you see Brooks Koepka, who just won the US Open, and Taking a look at his setup, you can see the red line. You can see also the angle of the right arm. It's at an angle to that of the club. What's interesting with this, as I showed you with Justin Thomas, is simply if you draw a line through the elbow of his right arm and up, you can pretty accurately, for most golfers, predict that that's going to be the plane the club's going to need to be on at impact, because there will be that straightening effect, which I just talked about previous to this video. And you can see, just all you have to do is put it into motion, and you can see it's obviously the move he has to make with his body is going to be everything an attempt to get this club into a position where he can hit the ball in the middle of the face with the face square. You can see his back and body moving up out of the way to make room for this to happen. Here it's obvious that the club is on a much higher plane. Look at his right foot jumping off the ground. His hips have risen up considerably, and that's just to put the club, because the club has to be on this plane at impact. It has to straighten. So it's been proven over the last 20 years that simply setting up on the yellow line is far easier for all golfers that I've seen. And this has been taught for 20 years now. It's also much easier on the body. It's common sense simply that if we set up where we're going to make impact, it's going to be easier for you to achieve a great impact. So my setup for impact swing is guaranteed to help you improve. It's customizable. You don't have to swing like any one person. You'll still use your body as in a normal swing. Distance should improve and accuracy should improve dramatically. But there's absolutely no restriction on how far you can hit the ball. You can set up closer to the ball or farther away. You just need to set up on the plane you're going to make impact on. There's also a free video series on my website, give you an overview, including the grip and setup. Let me know if there's any questions, post it in the box below. So here's an example of the swing I'm talking about. This is my setup for impact golf swing. And you can see that I'm set up with the club, yellow line, in line with my right arm. So my right arm's on the same plane it's set up. And I've also drawn a line along my spine angle so you can see how stable it will be throughout the swing. I'm simply rotating around it, taking the club up. So what you can see with Brooks Koepka and Justin Thomas, their clubs were way up in this area at the top of the swing. And obviously, again, they're going to come down on a steeper plane than they set up on. Basically, they're swinging on 3 or 4 different planes throughout the golf swing. If anybody thinks that's easy, then obviously everybody knows how difficult golf is, but that's just showing you one of the reasons why. Here it's far simpler. This is just the easiest way you could ever swing a golf club. Comes right down the line. You can see the club's right on plane. And this is just due to the setup and learning to move in the proper sequence. And you can see here's impact. You can see that my spine's at the same angle. The club's on the same plane. The arm position, which is critical, you can see my right arm is in the exact same position that it was at setup, which means I don't have to manipulate the club at all in order to hit straight golf shots. And that's the beauty of it. That's why most people gain distance and accuracy. It's because all of a sudden you're hitting the ball with a square club face. You're hitting it in the middle of the club face. The club's moving towards the target. And we're still using our body to generate speed. So there's absolutely nothing limiting you here in this swing. I'll show you step by step how to do it on my website. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments.
Over the last 20 to 25 years, there's been a concept that's called single plane golf, or some have tried to copy Moe Norman. The basic concept is set up where you're going to be at impact. So set up with the same relationship of the hands and arms at setup where you will be at impact. And this greatly simplifies the golf swing. In my opinion, copying Moe Norman is an extremely difficult task. I've never seen anybody copy him fully, and I think there's some things that I definitely would not copy in what he did. He also had a compensation which involved having to drop down and bend the legs at impact so that he could compress the ball because he was so far away from it. Bryson DeChambeau a young player on the PGA Tour now who did win the U.S. Amateur and the NCAA, also uses this concept, but stands much closer. And I actually like his golf swing very much compared to Moe's, simply because he doesn't have to drop down to square the club face. I find that his leading hand position, his left hand position, is in a very weak position. I think that's possibly why he has some accuracy problems. On my website, you can find a free lesson series. Right now there's 8 lessons, but it's growing. There's more lessons added every so often, and you can sign up for that with your email address. They'll be delivered. The link to the videos will be delivered by email, or you can sign up for my learning program here, which involves a series of drills. The first 5 drills you can do at home, where you learn the swing. You also learn how to hold the club properly, set up routine video, as well as advanced drills. The main benefit of the membership is that you can also ask questions of me at any time by email, and you can also submit videos through the V1 Golf app that I will review, all part of your very, very inexpensive membership. So check it out. There's a free trial period available also, and you can get started today. Any questions or comments, please put them in the box below. And please like this video and subscribe to my channel, because there's going to be a lot more great videos like this one.